Good morning, YouTube. This is BoxingWave, and I wanted to do a quick review of Conor Benn versus Chris Van Heerden. All right, the fight was yesterday or the other night on in the UK and on DAZN, and didn't cover it, but I did speak on it on my live commentary the other day. So some of you already know my views on Conor Benn. Much respect to him. Very good, talented fighter. Definitely one of the top young fighters out there. A lot of power, very explosive, and he's doing pretty well for the fact that he wasn't no high-class amateur or anything like that. He kind of went straight to pro, and he's been very good, man. He's improving over the years, and I like him. And I want to see him in the big fights. The fight was stopped in the second round. He knocked out Heerden in the second round. The first fight was pretty competitive for the most part because even though Conor was being very aggressive, he won the round. He was landing the bigger, more effective shots. Heerden did good on moving around and timing and clipping and uppercutting Ben when he was like moving in recklessly, right? You could tell that Ben really didn't have much respect for Heerden or his power. He wanted to just get a quick knockout, and that's what he was going for. He was putting pressure on, but it really wasn't smart pressure. It was more like, I don't respect you. I just want to knock you out real quick. And he got caught with a few shots early. Nothing that hurt him, but he was getting clipped. And then in the second round, he turned it up a different level and went in and knocked out Heerden quickly. All right. No surprise there. I guess, I think one thing that I said is good to get those southpaw fights in, being that Conor Benn is an orthodox fighter. You want to fight a few southpaws. I believe that Heerden was his second southpaw that he faced in his career, his pro career so far. So you want to get those fights in, and you want to stay busy. So I think that's good that he's staying busy. He's getting the fights in, even through the pandemic and all. He's been active, and that's good. But I also want to see him step up a little bit. I think you've shown us that you can beat guys on this level already. You've beaten better guys than Heerden already, all right? So when I heard that he was going to fight a Heerden or a Robert Guerrero or, some of those guys that's kind of like way past it, it's like, Heerden really never did anything. At least with Chris Algieri, he's a former champion. He's been in big fights already. So that's an understandable fight. I understand like Samuel Vargas at the time that he fought him, or Adrian Granados. Those are good fights. So these are guys that's been in big fights, had big wins, or, has been in there with top guys. Heerden never really done anything. He's only been in there with Spence, which was a step up for Spence at the time. And Spence, that was the last southpaw that Spence faced at that time. Or no, it's still till today. I don't believe Spence fought another southpaw since Heerden. So at that time, it was a good fight for Spence. All right, so Spence dominated him, and we know Boots went in there and they had like a no contest because Boots was destroying him in the first round, and then they had a head clash and they stopped the fight and there was no decision. So, and listen, let me make something clear. I didn't want Boots to fight Heerden neither. That's not a fight that I was looking for. Any of us was. I don't believe anybody was looking for that fight with Chris Van Heerden. This just doesn't really mean anything. You're just gonna go in there and dominate him, and Conor Benn went in and did the same thing. These guys have proven that they could beat guys on that level. So moving forward, I see that Conor Benn is kind of just looking for the big names. I think that's what him and Eddie want. They want to fight the fading guys like an Amir Khan or Kell Brook. And those are the guys, I did hear him call out Sean Porter at one point. I don't know if he really wanted that fight at the time. This was before Porter fought Bud and lost to Bud. So I know they were looking for that fight at some point. But me personally, I want to see him call out other fighters or have other fights with, I like the David Avanesian fight. I don't know why they're not pushing to get that fight. I know it's a whole risk versus reward thing. I don't really want to hear that. I think Avanesian is a good test. You know, Josh Kelly lost to Avanesian, and but I think Conor Benn is better than Josh Kelly. You know, before Josh Kelly lost to Avanesian, he started looking a little shaky in a couple fights. So it was a shocking loss, but if you really look at his couple performances against Ray Robinson and somebody else he didn't look too impressive against, you gotta fighters are only gonna get better if they step up. You know, and Avanesian is fresh. He's good. He's a top fighter in the division, and you know he's at least a top 12 fighter in the division. I think he should be fighting guys like David Avanesian. I think he should be fighting like a Kavalaskis. That's a good fight. Rocha, you know, Sheedy Ellis, Boots Ennis, you know, Ortiz. And even if you don't want to throw him in there with the Wolves, some of those other names are doable fights, you know. So I want to see some kind of step up, you know. And listen, I'm not mad at the Kell Brook fight. I'm not mad at it at all. If they can make a Kell Brook fight, I'm good with that, because I still think, you know, Kell Brook is fading, but he's only lost to the super elite. And I said this the other day. Kell Brook is still a good match because he hasn't been dominated by a younger, fresher fighter yet. You know what I'm saying? If Conor is the one to do it and put him away and dominate him, then all right, respect, all right? But Kell Brook has only lost to Triple G Spence and Terrence Crawford, all right? But at the same time, Kell Brook only kind of fought those three, you know, and he fought Sean Porter and beat Sean, and that was his biggest win in his career. Outside of those four fighters right there, there's really nobody else he fought and beat, you know. He beat Amir Khan now, but Amir Khan is way past it. You know, I would like him to retire, just like I would like Yuriorkis Gamboa to retire. But anyway, I don't want to see Conor Benn fight Amir Khan. He would destroy Amir Khan, and he would knock Khan out within the first round or two. You know, I don't want to see that. I know what Conor Benn is capable of. And I want him to step up. And I think Avanesian, Kavalaskis is fair, or any of those other guys I named before. You know, I can't see them putting him in there with Boots or Ortiz. Let's be real. They're not going to do that, you know. I don't see him even put him in there with a Stanionis or a Butai. They're not going to do that. It's too risky. It's too risky. So he's still getting better, and they're still trying to make him improve. And I compared his journey to Jaime Munguia. You know, I think they're gonna just, if the opportunity come to get a title real quick, or you know, like fight a fading or a guy with a name or something like that, they're gonna take it. You know, if the opportunity is there. But they're not gonna put them with the very the best fighters unless the risk is worth it. You know, so especially because they're still trying to. You know, they're still trying to get him to improve. But with him improving, you gotta have him in the ring with someone that he actually respects, not guys that he can just walk down so easily and just dominate them. He's not really getting better by fighting guys like Kierden at this point. You know, it's time to step it up just a little bit. You know, so you know, I like Alexis Rocha. I like that. That's a realistic fight to me. That's who he should be fighting. You know, Ellis beat him. He just beat Blair Cobbs. I like Rocha. Get him. Let's not do no more. Let's not do Amir Khan. I mean, I know Khan got the name. The tickets are going to sell. So I get that fight. But let's not do like a Robert Guerrero. Please, let's not put Robert Guerrero in there. He's way past it. He's way past it. All right? So, anyway, I think that's it. You know, I think that's all I really say. I like Conor Benn, but he's too good not to step up at this point. He's too good not to. All right, so that's my stance on him. Anyway, I'm out. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, share the video, do all that good stuff, and be on the lookout for Tyson Fury and Dillian White. All right, I'm gonna Try to get that breakdown out there later today if I could. If I'm going to try to squeeze it in there. But if not, look out for it probably early tomorrow morning if I can't get it out. All right. So be on the lookout for that. All right. And see you on the next one. Peace.